New Hampshire. And from New York's Shea Stadium, Butch Huskey, who wears Robinson's famed number 42 for the New York Mets and who will be playing tonight at Shea Stadium when Jackie Robinson is honored. And it's good to have both of you with us. Don, I was reading today the contemporary newspaper accounts of that first game that Jackie Robinson played. Was there a feeling, particularly among black ball players, that this really was a momentous event?
Yes, it was, but in 1946, Charlie, there was a much more momentous event because it was the start of something with Jackie being at Montreal over in Jersey City when that happened. But then to be at the Major League level in 1947, April 15th, I was there watching from Branch Rickey's box that day, and what a feeling I had as a player with a chance to maybe join Jackie eventually if I could keep my game together and become the winner that I had to be at the minor league level.
Yeah, we were talking to Joe Black last week, and we were asking if there was any jealousy involved on the part of other black ball players, and he said, jealousy? We were all 17 again. We knew this was the opening and that we would be there.
Well, I'm sure there were some other players who thought that they should have been selected, but I don't know of a man at that time, other than Larry Doby and Roy Campanella, who could have done this job, because it was something that that people and your viewers, Charlie, they really have to understand what it was like to be breaking down this barrier. You know, all these players were coming back from the war, and they came back with this hate for Hitler and for Hirohito over in Japan, and they brought this hate back with them to some of them to bring to the field. And now this scourge, the black baseball player, was being brought on the scene by this man named Branch Rickey. And how did he have the nerve to do that and break down this barrier that existed for so long in Major League Baseball?
Don,
it was a shame.
Don, when you talk to today's ball players and you tell them about conditions at that time and not being able to stay in the same hotel and the kind of taunts that you took from other ball players and the problems with fans in the stands, any appreciation, do you think, among today's ball players for what you went through?
Oh yes, Charlie, they're very sympathetic to players of today. They can't imagine that it could have happened that way, but it did. A lot of players today, especially on the Dodgers, they just cannot fathom the idea that something like this could happen racially, one man to another man because of his skin color. Butch, that's the way it was.
Butch, as you were growing up, did you know about Jackie Robinson?
No, I didn't. I didn't know about him personally until I got to my sophomore year in high school. And, you know, if I wouldn't have heard about Jackie then, I probably wouldn't have heard about him until right now. And, you know, I was one of the fortunate ones to learn about him not early in my life, but a little bit earlier than most of the younger guys that are playing right now.
You were number 42 for the Mets. Is that coincidence?
No, it's not coincidence. I told myself if I ever had the opportunity to play professional baseball that I would wear the number. Just it's a small tribute that I can pay back to Jack and his family for doing so much for athletes like myself and other athletes just to have the opportunity to play this game.
There's a lot of talk about it today, obviously, because we attach such importance to 50th anniversaries. But as you were coming up in the minor leagues and as you were a young ball player in the majors, was there talk about Robinson and what other pioneers like Don Newcombe went through? No,
there was really not too much talk about him. And, you know, no one really knew that I wore the number because of Jackie Robinson, because no one asked. And I wasn't into telling people about him. So, I mean, no one really talked about Jackie until right now.
Mm. Don Newcombe, I made mention at the beginning of this half hour of the extraordinary bookends that occurred. One of the most momentous victories I've ever seen in sport, Tiger Woods this past weekend at the Masters, Jackie Robinson 50 years ago, almost to the day. And yet, there is obviously still racism in sport. Is the concentration, is what's in your mind the victories, or is it still how far we have to go?
How far we have to go, Charlie. The victories come because somebody, and I use that somebody, you know, with a great deal of guardedness, you know. We're given a chance. Jackie was given a chance, Tiger was given a chance, but how about the chances for other people following Jackie and Tiger? And that's got to keep happening. If we don't change this country and make it the greatest country that it needs to be on this earth for all people, there's going to be something wrong with our history. There's going to be a blight somewhere in our history, Charlie, that's going to say, what happened? Why wasn't this changed when the chance came about?
Well said, Don Newcombe. And Butch Huskey, I envy you tonight being at Shea Stadium with the ceremonies. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back.
Thank you.